All right, so I'm gonna record a quick lesson while I'm at school on the subtraction with borrowing. So this was number 1. It's 2 1/8 minus 1 7/8. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to look at the subtraction problem. Can you take 1 away from 2? Yes, so we're good there. Can you take 7 away from 1 on the top? No, we cannot. So what we have to do is what we call borrow or rename, okay? And what we have to borrow from is the whole number next to the fraction that is too small. Okay, so if we take a look, what we're going to end up doing is borrowing from the 2. When you borrow from the 2, you're going to take 1 whole. Okay, when you take 1 whole, it equals 1 number on the top and 1 number on the bottom. Right? Because 2 2s is 1 whole, 3 3s is 1 whole, 4 4s is 1 whole, and so forth. So what you have to do is look at the denominator, and that's going to be your whole that you're borrowing. So in this case, we have 8. So we're borrowing 1 whole, which is going to actually be 8/8. Okay? So let's kind of shift this way. So now we have 2 1/8. We're borrowing from this 2, and we're going to actually make it now a 1. So let's make a new fraction over here. It should be 1 whole. And we're borrowing how many? 8/8. Okay? When you do that, turn this a little bit. 8/8 plus 1/8, okay? That's going to give you 9/8, okay? So you're taking the 8/8 and you're adding it to what you had before to make it bigger so we can subtract, okay? So now we have 1 1/8 plus the 8/8 we borrowed, or 1 whole from the original 2, okay? Minus 1 7/8. Okay, so let's move over a little bit. Okay, so like I said, we're going to add these together so we can make this number bigger on the top so we can subtract. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this, but 1/8 plus 8/8 is 9/8. Okay, so now we have 1 9/8 minus 1 7/8. Okay, so now that the number is larger on the top, can we take 7 from 9? Everybody says yes. So now we have 9 minus 7, which is 2. If the denominator is the same, then it stays everybody says same. 1 minus 1 is 0. In this case, we actually don't need to even write a whole number because 0 is not going to be something we need in our answer. So our final answer would be 2/8. Okay? So again, if you look at this, you need to see that you are borrowing from the fraction that is too small. You're borrowing from their next door neighbor. You're going next door and saying, can I borrow 1? Well, 1 is actually equivalent to a fraction in this case, which is 8/8. Now, if this was a 6 on the bottom, then our 1 we're borrowing would be 6/6. If this was a 5 on the bottom, then this would be 5/5. Okay? I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions.